newspapers, and for that I'm joined by Nicholas. Hello.
Hi.
Nicholas, what are we starting off with then?
We're going to start with that big story here in France about sport. Often it's politics that dominates, or the economy in these times. But here we've got L'Équipe here, the front page, and also several of the pages inside. On ne joue plus. We're not playing anymore, and that game is handball, which is relatively unknown perhaps in other countries, but is a big sport in France. The French are excellent at it and have a fantastic record. They've just won Olympic gold. They won Olympic gold back in Beijing in 2008. So what's happened, of course, the nitty-gritty details for the moment are a bit grey, but what's happened is there's been a police raid after the Montpellier-Paris match on Sunday, and several top players have been arrested. 17 people in all, some of them the partners and girlfriends. And it's about perhaps an alleged match-fixing scandal and some dodgy betting going on. So L'Équipe, in its inside pages, is saying, whatever happens, the sport of handball in France will never be the same again.
All right, now Le Parisien, which is also a national paper, Aujourd'hui en France, Today in France, it's also giving that to top billing.
It is indeed. Look here, you can see l'incroyable interpellation, the incredible arrest. And the photo there is of one individual who is known to all French people, is a star of the French handball team. And his name is Nicolas Karabatic, and he is among those arrested. And he is a double Olympic champion and a double world champion. Now, his brother also is a handball player. He's being held, and their girlfriends are also being held. So the inside pages are looking at this suspicion. We're actually in the allegations phase. We don't know exactly how that will shape up. But in the inside pages, we've got also a cartoon, which one of the players says to the other, well, what are we going to play now? And not handball, obviously. There we can just very quickly see that cartoon. And the other replies, well, we can play ballon prisonnier, which I translated in my Google Translate earlier, came out as dodgeball. So they're going to be playing dodging the ball with all these accusations flying around.
All right, now moving to the sorts of issues that, as you said before, usually dominate headlines. The economy, that's obviously in many of the papers today as well.
I'm going to start out with the Catholic Daily in terms of the economy, La Croix, and it's got a headline there. Europe is pushing France to financial rigour, pousse à la rigueur, and the paper is arguing that what we've got coming up on Tuesday is an EU fiscal pact debate in France. Now, will the French pass that and meet all these targets for the EU's strict conditions about deficits and so on to keep the euro in track? Now, the paper is arguing that it's a good thing that Brussels is doing this. It says that this pact is about restoring confidence. It's about showing, it gives strong support to it, it's about showing that the Europeans are capable of managing their economies and can instill confidence in other countries. So that all, of course, is about the euro staying afloat. So, of course, it's the big thing we're going to hear a lot about is the 3% deficit target thing. And
we're going to end with coverage of anti-austerity protest, a big anti-austerity protest in Paris.
That's in the far-left paper, L'Humanité. Here, there was a march in Paris on Sunday. 80,000 people took to the streets from the cross-section of the left, so unions and so on. And, of course, they're saying no, no, no to this fiscal pact. What they want to see is for French people to revolt and say, come on, we need to be running this economy, and Brussels, Hollande should not be kowtowing to Brussels or to big business, and there needs to be a redefinition of economic policy in full. The surprising thing when looking at this, of course, is what we've got in L'Humanité is we've got the hard left now coming out very, very much against the socialists. So that editorial there, the barrage against austerity, blocking austerity. So the rifts between the hard left and the centre left are opening up.
Okay, thank you very much, Nicholas. You're watching Live from Paris. Coming up, Focus. Today we're heading to Georgia for more on those.